Hey, it's Justine, and welcome to the WWDC 2025 recap. This is everything that you need to know in under, well, I don't know how long. This is probably pretty long, so grab yourself a snack and let's check it out. Now, before we get into everything that was announced, my favorite thing was this intro. Craig is cruising around in an F1 car. He's making his way to Apple. Now, this is all to promote the new F1 movie with Brad Pitt, and I actually saw them filming this at F1 in Vegas last year, so it's kind of cool to see this full circle moment of like, oh, I was there, and now I'm here. And now the movie's gonna be coming out very soon. I cannot wait to watch it. Now, while I was hoping for some hardware announcements, this is WWDC, and this is mostly a developer conference. This is about the software. This is about what's gonna be running on the hardware. Those announcements will be coming later this year. So first, let's start with the biggest update is the new naming convention, iOS 26. Everything is now named 26 to go according to the year that it's released, which technically it's released in 2025, but you know what I mean. For the next year. I think this is a great update because now everything is uniform, it's consistent, and it all just flows so well. It flows so well, kind of like liquid glass, which is what they're naming this new interface, and this is the biggest update since iOS 7. The thing that I love is how dynamic it is, it's translucent, and it actually reacts to your environment and your movements. It refracts content behind it, and it adds this gorgeous, almost like fluid layer to everything from buttons to app icons. All of the UI elements are now rounded, and they match the curvature of all of the modern displays. The navigation bars, the sidebars, and the tab bars shrink and grow dynamically, which brings more focus to the content when you're scrolling or moving between apps. App icons, widgets in the dock, they've all been rethought to integrate liquid glass, and it feels kind of like everything's alive. Even the lock screen now adapts fluidly to sit behind your wallpaper subject. This looks so cool too. They're able to take photos, not just spatial photos, and kind of turn them into this 3D experience right here on your lock screen. The first time that they showed this in the demo, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to try this. They really went all in with customization. So there's a couple of different things that you can do. You can universally change all of the colors of the icon, and obviously I wanted them all to be pink to match my Labubu. Looks fantastic, but you can also do a dark mode. You can also tint them a certain color. You can also make them completely clear, which I think is gonna be the trend of the next year because it looks so sick. And this is on everything, iPad, iPhone, Mac. Just looks so fresh. Like, I couldn't get over it. I absolutely love it. Apple Intelligence. Now, it's a little bit of a sensitive subject because some of the things that they announced last year actually never came out this year. So a lot of people are like, where is it? Well, I got a chance to chat with Craig, and here's what he had to say about it.
Yeah. Now, I know I don't want to bring it up, but I feel like everyone's gonna be mad if I don't ask you.
Okay.
So you guys did announce some things last year that didn't make it out this year.
Yes.
So what can we expect kind of in terms of that?
Well, what we said, you're right. Last year, I mean, we spent, I don't know, 40 minutes talking about Apple Intelligence, and there was in the Siri section about many things we did release, typing to Siri, product knowledge in Siri, the ability to deal with disfluency and conversational context. There were a lot of things that were really exciting to get out there, but there are a few things that didn't. And what we said a while ago was that we were really working hard to get those things to come together and had them working internally, but not working well enough. You know, when you have an experience like asking Siri to do something, either it becomes something you can depend on reliably, or it's something in the end you're just not going to use. And we were not able to take the approach we were taking to the quality level in the time frame that initially we thought we could. And so we're continuing to build on it. We really look forward to releasing everything we talked about in the past and more. You know, we don't really want to commit to that until we have it in hand.
Which I get it. I'm glad that they waited to have the software to be released because if they released it and it was terrible, you guys would be way more upset. So I get it. But everything that they did announce today, they are saying will be out in the fall, so I'm super excited about that. What I love so much is this visual intelligence shopping feature. So basically you just take a screenshot and then you can highlight something and then you can click down here at the bottom, which will take you into the option to go shopping. Now it's kind of cool because this will also add these little hints depending upon what is on your screen. So for example, we saw this little poster and there were some dates, and this suggested to automatically add it to my calendar. Do you know how many screenshots I take on a daily basis? A ton of screenshots. So this is gonna be great because it's actually gonna be useful. I can take action after I take it. And not just that, you can also take a screenshot and summarize text. Yes, here for that as well. Genmoji, probably my favorite thing that they announced last year. I use it all the time. I love making little image creations of my friends and sending them. Now they've added the ability to merge emojis together. So if I wanted to take a picture of a graduate hat on a pig, yes, we can do that. So cool. The other thing that I love so much is if you've used Genmoji before and you kind of just want to like change the expression of the character that you've created. Before, you couldn't really do that easily. Now you can. There's a whole area where you can change expressions, you can change hairstyles. It's pretty awesome. Now, iPad 26, this is probably the biggest upgrade, and I think one of my favorite things that they even announced here, because iPad is now a lot more like macOS. They've added windows. Yes, windows. I know, revolutionary. You can now stack them, you can flick them off to the side, you can tile them, and this is my favorite part. There's a menu. Yes, a menu, which is very familiar. We've all seen it in macOS. What's cool about this is it really only does work inside of an app, so there's not really like a system-wide menu. This is something that developers can choose to use, and they can decide what they have in the menu. And the best part about this is it works with every iPad. So this isn't something that's just gonna be working on the newest, latest, and the greatest. This is across all lines of iPad. With this update, the iPad now feels like more of a Mac and more of something that if people are trying to decide if they want to get an iPad or a Mac, either one could be an option because the way that you interface now with the iPad is so much more like your Mac with the file structure. You can now even choose audio inputs. You can do voice isolation in apps. You can now even record studio quality vocals with AirPods. I also really like this. This is something they kind of went over super quick and I didn't even catch this the first time. You can use your AirPods to start and stop recording. I mean, that's pretty cool. When you're doing conference calls, it has this local capture, so it'll actually capture your side of the video screen in case you need to use that for anything. The other thing that is making it more Mac-like, background tasks. So you can close out, be working on something else, and your video could be exporting or rendering in the background, just like our friend, the Mac. Apple Watch 26, this is awesome, love the Apple Watch. The first thing they announced was the Workout Buddy. So this is basically an AI assistant that was trained on the Apple Fitness trainers. So you'll actually be hearing an Apple Fitness trainer AI voice coach you through your workouts. But the way that they've done this is they've taken your entire Apple Watch and health history and they've integrated it into this Workout Buddy. So they're able to go through all of that history of data and generate some different prompts for you depending upon what workout you're doing. And at the end, they'll give you a nice AI summary of your workout. It's pretty cool. And kind of motivational too. And of course, much like the rest of the OS, it is getting that beautiful liquid glass design update. The Smart Stack widgets are also now context aware. So if I open up my camera app, my Apple Watch will also open up the suggestion of the camera remote. So this is pretty cool. I actually use the camera remote on my Apple Watch all the time. So this is pretty cool that it'll automatically be there and I can just select it. There's also this new cool gesture to back out of things. It's the flick of the wrist. So you basically just go doot doot, doot doot. And there it is. macOS 26, oh no, just kidding, macOS Tahoe. They're running low on California places to name this, so I was pretty excited about Tahoe because I had said previously a couple years ago that I thought it was gonna be Tahoe and I was wrong, but here we are. Here it is. Tahoe is here. Now, much like all of the other interfaces, it has the beautiful liquid glass design and customization seems to be the trend. Much like the iPad, you can also customize the different color icons. You can do the dark mode, the clear glass, and you can also change them to be any color. What's really cool is you can go in and change individual folder colors and even add an emoji on top of it. I love using label colors. I use these all the time. So now you can choose the label color and it'll actually change the color of the folder, which is gonna be super helpful. Now for continuity, I love this because I have so many different live updates on my phone. The example that they showed was Flighty. If you've never used Flighty before, it is the best flight tracker app of all time. You can add friends, you can track your own flights. So for this example, there's a flight that I think it was like a friend's flight that was happening, and that flight actually was showing up on the macOS desktop. So you're able to see those live notifications that are happening on your phone, on your desktop. This is gonna be great when I'm ordering DoorDash and I might set my phone down. I'll be able to live track it right from my Mac. Don't even need to use my phone. Also now with Spotlight, you can do so many different things. You can add shortcuts. You can basically now send a message from Spotlight. You can start emails. It's kind of like a little text prompt that allows you to control your Mac just by texting it. It's pretty awesome. And I feel like there's so many things that you can do here that I've only scratched the surface. Control Center, love this. It's also got the new glass design. You can also add a separate page to Control Center so you can have multiple pages. You can customize them, add, delete. It's pretty great. visionOS 26. I love my Vision Pro. I don't use it that often, but when I do, it is always such an incredible experience. And now I feel like with some of these updates with visionOS 26, there's even more reasons to hop in, and with a friend. With these new shared experiences, you could be sitting next to someone and watching and sharing and having sort of this interactive experience, watching the same movie, drawing, and it's adding this whole new element of being together, but also wearing your Vision Pros together. That's my ideal date night. This is my favorite thing. You can customize your space. So if you want to put some widgets on the wall, they will stay there. You can put a clock, you can put a photo, you can put the weather. They'll stay where you put them. So it's kind of like you're decorating your virtual home. Yeah, I like that. Personas are now looking so real that it kind of scared me a little bit. I can't wait to try this because they were looking so realistic, just kind of like floating there. Like it really did look like a real person. And again, these are just made with the Vision Pro. It takes seconds. It is so fast to make these. It's really incredible what this device can do. And I'm so excited when this is something that becomes a little bit smaller, more affordable, and everyone can really experience Vision Pro. Because even though people make fun of this thing, I'm telling you, this is the future. Spatial computing, maybe not in this configuration right now, but it's awesome. The other thing is creating spatial content. Obviously, we can use our iPhones, but there's Insta360, there's GoPro, there's all of these other cameras that have the ability to shoot and take spatial content. So now they're giving us the ability to integrate with those. I'm not sure how that works, if it's available now, but I look forward to trying it out and seeing what that looks like. This was also a shocker. They showed this demo of being able to play pickleball on Vision Pro, and any of these shared experiences, like you'll be able to play these with another person. And this is taking advantage of the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controllers. So now that they're adding this third-party support for things like this, it's pretty awesome. They also have a new Logitech pen, so you can draw in Vision Pro. This is huge because it's opening up the ecosystem to more third-party developers and different types of tech. So I can't wait for this because that just means more Vision Pro accessories. AirPods also got a little bit of a firmware update. You can now record studio quality audio that sound just like a podcast with clean vocals just by using the AirPods. And get this, you can now even use them as a camera remote. This is so perfect for all of like my TikTok dance videos, and I'm really hoping that this takes my career to the next level. I think I've done like one TikTok dance video. Oh, I'll never forget. So the AirPods are now not just for listening. It's a remote. It's now my new podcast mic. I can't wait to see what else they do. Last but not least, Apple TV. They showed some trailers for some new content that was coming out, and obviously Apple TV is going to be the place to watch the new F1 movie, so that is going to be super exciting. I actually use Apple TV all the time, so it is something that I really love. I'm a huge fan, and it's also going to be getting the new glass-like look. Since everything's designed using the liquid glass, the menus, the buttons will reflect your surroundings, and it'll shift with your content. It looks so good. There's also the redesigned TV app with more cinematic poster art and better profile switching, so it knows who you are when you walk in. I love this because sometimes my sister's watching content, sometimes my niece is watching content on my Apple TV, and having your algorithm be tailored towards a 5-year-old as opposed to me, I'm definitely glad that she'll be able to have her own profile so she can watch whatever she wants and not disturb my profile. Oh, okay, that was a lot. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys made it to the end. If you did, leave me a clown emoji in the description. No, not in the description, in the comments. I'm so tired. It's the longest day ever. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave me some comments below. Don't forget the clown emoji, and let me know if you guys have any questions about WWDC or anything that you may have seen here. And my Labubu says thank you for attending. Bye.